like that home grant thing?
Yeah, it's something to do with the home grant. Let me see if I can find it.
It was in the folder when you left it here that day.
Yeah.
You wanna just start talking about it?
Do you want to wait while I go see if I can find it since it's
We'll
on
take
the
a
agenda?
brief recess till she
Okay.
finds this paper.
You're done.
Couldn't find it?
That whole folder's gone. I'm guessing, she pulled it out just to sign the other day, because when it got out of the, I sent it to her.
Yeah, Chris was signing when I was here last
Something I don't know who she's with it. It was in the stack of her packets, but I think she pulled it out when he signed it, but that whole folder's gone. She's not able to attend that.
Does that have to be voted on time?
Okay, let's go back into session. And, on this third item here, we cannot find that, so we'll probably, that would have to be tabled for next month. And, so that third item will be tabled for next month.
And it has to be something that needs to be done before then
We can, let's call a meeting on that. But otherwise, we'll deal with that next month. Okay, that brings us down to number 4 item, council to review and accept bid for 1998 Jeep Cherokee. What you want? On the Jeep Cherokee?
I've got them. We got 3 bids. The highest bid is $2,655,
How much?
$2,655.
You know, that was on the Jeep.
You feel like that's fair price?
That's a great deal.
So you heard that, what is the pleasure of the council, to accept this bid or reject it?
Accept. I make a motion, we accept the bid.
On the motion,
Second.
and second, any questions, comments about it? Call roll on.
Okay, and this is on accepting the bid for $2,655.
Yes.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Vicki Heatherly.
Yes.
Eric's not here. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Wayne Gibson.
Yes.
Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley is not here.
Okay, that brings us to council's, to accept bids for janitorial service. That you?
Yeah,
Did they rebid, we didn't rebid that bid.
No.
no, we didn't rebid
We
it.
just called the,
She was calling for references.
references,
Yeah.
yes.
And vacations is really fouled out and the things that's happened bad. So we really don't know what the outcome was of
So we need to
Research.
table that another month?
we did.
Table that item for next month.
Which one was that by?
The other people are still cleaning, aren't they? There's nobody cleaning?
They turned in their keys.
But can't they go ahead and clean till we,
I think it's been discontinued. Just basing that on what Laura told me today, that she said in case anybody asked, they had already turned in their keys.
until we accept it?
It would go in and do a continuing resolution.
That's what I'm saying, we can go ahead and clean if they will until we accept another bid, right?
Right.
So I think we need to probably call them
Okay?
and see if they'll claim for us before we get another with bid in.
We don't need to vote on that.
Or we could just go ahead and just accept the lowest bid.
We don't know what
I don't-
outcome was of what
I don't
information
want
is.
to do that because we don't know what their references were.
And so we could be back where we were this time last month.
Right.
Not knowing.
I'd rather table it and come back and see what the references are.
You better to get someone with you. the reference will hold up. Okay, that brings us to council to discuss the installation of equipment for electronic payment of traffic citations. Y'all have this in your package here. It's this card reader that, can you explain what to them,
I can explain it a little. I know there's an upfront charge of, I don't know what the dollar amount is.
It's $200.
$200 for the equipment, the actual,
Set up.
the actual reader. And then, and this is to accept electronic payments for traffic citations. And the fee is passed on to the person that's paying the citation. It's a small percentage, it's a nominal fee, but it, in exchange for the convenience of being able to do it electronically. So it's not gonna cost the city anything other than the initial $200 for the equipment. And I think she said they were given a significant discount on that. It's normally more than that.
What they've told me is they're getting a lot of calls from people who from other states that was wanting to make their payments on their ticket citations. And they're actually, if you do have a credit card, they can put it through your credit card, and since we don't have this information, go ahead and send a check to us from another state, city or whatever. And it takes so long, it's best in the court records and stuff.
Yeah, I think at this time, you're not set up to take, Brian, you may know more about this, they don't take any kind of over-the-phone electronic payments, do they?
And it's just a convenience for the people who want to use this here,
So they can actually pay with a credit card if they want to.
or a debit card.
I think it's a pretty good idea.
Does any other cities do this? Does it work out well?
When I became a judge of City of La Follette, I asked them to get it in, and they got it set up there within the last month.
I think that day, Glenn, that me and you were here, Nora was talking about it. I think she said all the other cities had it, didn't she?
She said that the cities had it, yeah.
Yeah, she
Pay
said-
online?
It's almost vital because you have a 6-month deadline from the date of the ticket was written to report to the state, or you have that deadline. And if you take checks and you have a bad check, then you have all of the fees associated with that. So it's really hard to take checks, and you almost can't do it in cash. So it's a vital thing of processing.
Sounds
I
like
was
a great
really
idea to
surprised
me.
that we didn't already have it. When she said that we didn't have it, I was shocked that day.
I think it's convenient for the people who love to pay it, need to pay it.
Mhm.
And for my son's thing, that we need this.
Well, I think we can get our money a lot faster too through the city for people who pay citations.
Is there a way for these out-of-state people too to connect to it online and do it online?
Generally, these systems, and based on what you were saying, generally, that's what we were looking at, that they can go online and pay.
I think what she, I think Beth was here today, that's what she told us, when they could go online and pay this.
Yeah.
And then pay this system, because she, last year, put it on the agenda.
Mhm.
And I thought we'd have more information on what we got right here. But, it
But the
was,
time period, the staff there told me in 1 month it had saved a tremendous amount of time
Is there,
for them of going through. You know, you can imagine that you have your people here processing all of this and answering the phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard, whereas the court can just give them the information
So
right
the only
there.
cost is that $200 upfront, and then those fees are charged to the customer.
and then it takes it out of our hands.
Now, if y'all don't, I've got a big stack of papers on this, if y'all wanna look at it. I think she just gave you part of it.
but if you got the, just hop it here. this,
So the police officer, at the time he's writing the citation, does he have to tell the people that they can pay it online or however?
They can get a way that they can inform them right then. And Brian can work with putting it on the tickets or handing them another card.
That's what we're actually working. I'm fixing to order some new citations, and this is what we've been waiting on to see if it passes. I want to call them tomorrow and let them know to go ahead and put it on the website or whatever they have to get on the back of their copy.
So it'll tell on their copy how much their ticket is? or-
Oh, we write the amount in, and then it'll be on their copy where they can go to pay it, or how they can go pay it.
You okay with it, Brian? Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's, Laura and them actually come up with it, but it's, I mean, I think it's a good
Sounds
idea.
great to me.
And they, can they do it over the internet?
That
They're
was-
supposed to be able to.
Okay.
That's what
That's
I
my
would-
question.
what she
about
told us.
those
That's what Laura had
services.
talked about, yeah.
Well, she told us they could go online and do it too, and then, or come in here and run it in here, like card reader in here.
If they could pay it online, though, that would be great. That would be good for them to get to the city too.
Yep.
They will generally too give a card reader that they can have in court that night. If somebody appears in court, they can swipe a card.
I think that's what the $200
That's
is
what I'm
for.
thinking.
Is it for the reader?
Just here.
That they can set it up somewhere else and then set it up for court that night, because a lot of people get their amounts that night.
So it'd be online plus an on-site card reader. I like that.
Yeah.
For $200, that sounds good.
So what is your council?
I'll make a motion that we purchase the card reader for the citations.
I see.
I have a motion, to have a second.
I see.
There's any question or comments on it? Call the roll.
Okay. And this is to authorize the purchase of
The electronic payment or traffic citation, this is card reader.
the EMV card reader. Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Vicki Heatherly.
Yes.
Eric Smith's not here. Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Wayne Gibson,
Yes.
Lloyd Lawson,
Yes.
and Mary Stanley is not here.
Okay, that brings us to the next item, is the coroner or new codes enforcement officer. Which we don't have one.
I put everybody a resume in their box where they can look over. This guy's actually certified in about any kind of code inspection there is.
Kathy, if we hire this guy here and he's not an officer, can he issue citations on code enforcement? And be held up in
If
court?
he's certified, he can issue for code enforcements, and it will go through the police department on prosecution.
Because I know before we got in a problem, we had the building inspector went out and done it.
Right.
Then the judge kicked them all out of the city because they did not have the legal authority to write citations.
The certification of what he can do, and then we'll coordinate. The chief and I have talked several times about codes enforcement because, it's been an issue, and it will be prosecuted through the police department. So we'll tighten that up.
Okay. Anybody? What's a pleasure
Is
of
this the
council?
same amount of money as your officers were making?
That's the same amount that Jim would be making, and he said it would be $75 inspection or $300 a month, just like for the building inspector or Jim, the code enforcement officer for these years. So either way that you want to do it, either $75 inspection or $300 a month.
Is the money in the budget, do we
Yes.
get the main budget for that?
Yeah.
And how many hours a week would he be working as far as if you pay him by the month?
By the $300 a month, that's just, it's up to him. I mean,
Yeah, because my thing is I don't want to pay him $75 to come out in here and look at one thing. Because that's kind of crazy, but, I mean, if
Well,
you're
that one-
$300 a month, I want to know how many hours he's going to work for that.
well, there'll be a list and, I mean, what he's gonna be doing.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's the options we have, is either them two, so.
Do we have an option of getting a hold of him if we need him?
Oh, yeah.
So this is residential codes, grass is too high.
Grass,
Same thing that
vehicles.
Jim was doing.
Right.
And then inspection of building code.
So he can, and even when Lisa's not available, he can do it.
If Lisa's not available, he can do it.
Right.
There's some review of the codes that are in place too, and that type of thing is going to be that we would ask a new person to look at and see if there's things that we need to revise and that type of thing that's kind of been just sitting on the back burner. That this person's certified in a lot of different areas. They're not just going to be out doing like a one-time inspection. We've got some groundwork for them to work on.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking, you know, for, say, $300 a month, I would rather him say, well, I'm gonna put so many hours into it, and not just, say, we're gonna give you $300 a month,
Wait
and he's
for a
gonna come
call.
up when we call him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think between Brian, what he's discussed with me, and some of the groundwork that needs to be laid, I don't think they're gonna be sitting around doing that. We can put them to work.
Yeah, because I think it's been neglected for a while, so.
No doubt.
How was we paid prior to this?
Well, the inspection, on an overall figure, Jim was making, it was in the budget $3,600 a year.
Okay, so he's basically working 4 hours a week.
4 hours overtime a week, what would make that? But like I said, I mean, this guy's certified everything that we need and more.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that, you know,
This was no benefits, nothing, just straight out free.
Just code that.
yeah.
Is he familiar with this area?
Yeah, he's helped Lisa, he's worked with Lisa, and, he's just right here in Clinton, so he's well familiar with Campbell County.
Have you met him?
No, I'm not, man, I've talked to him 3 or 4 times on the phone. Lisa recommended him also.
I would like to talk to him.
Yeah, I would too.
I would like for Brian to especially talk to him, person to person.
Yeah, it needs to be a
And
face-to-face
you,
deal.
you're of that department, so, I mean, this department.
I would like for him to come to a meeting.
Yeah, can you get him here to next meeting, Brian?
Yeah.
Next council meeting or next council meeting?
If that's fine with the council.
Special
Or,
I think a special meeting is probably gonna happen anyway, so
So
I'll
it just
just
said that, I'm
ask
got a
him to
feeling number 3 is
come
gonna
to
have to be
next,
done.
next meeting. not
Yeah,
Next
necessarily
meeting,
next
whatever.
council meeting.
the next upcoming meeting.
Which would might be a special call meeting.
Brian, if you would give him a copy of our codes and let him come in, when he comes in, and see what he sees and make some recommendations and that type of thing, I think that would be a good thing to present.
With no other discussion on it, we'll move on down to housing. We already done the field representative housing. Board had their own.
I thought he took care of the house.
We did, we took care of most of it. What it was some people were in the housing, in the file housing, were having problems with people speeding down between the apartments. And there's a cul-de-sac there, and these people live at the far end, doing all the speeding. And these are small kids, and this one guy's here, he's got a 2-year-old. And he has talked to these people, and these people's not been nice at all. So we're gonna have to do something to slow them people down. So David put some signs up. He put children at play signs, and he put
Dead end.
dead end, and we got that one 10-mile-an-hour speed sign that says radar enforced on it.
Was it somebody that lives in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah, they
this is
live-
not something that's been
They live
just
in
come up.
They live in the cul-de-sac, so they fly down, so their children are playing in their front yard. They're not getting run over. All these other kids are.
And I've had, I don't know how many complaints about that thing.
And there's really no way for Brian and them to set up the radar because they don't know what
Right,
time
no.
they're coming in. And, you know,
The solution would be to put a speed hump in there, or some kind of a, whether it be, I've seen them made out of plastic, or I've seen them made out of rubber or asphalt.
I believe we could write some citations that would probably take care of it. There's only like 2 or 3 people who does it.
There's certain times when they do it.
Yeah, Sam was telling me after 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
So maybe a good couple of conversations at that amount of time was probably slowing down.
Yeah, he knows that people are.
Well, the thing of it is, if you, my personal opinion, that won't solve the problem.
The speed humps will probably solve it.
What I'm saying is, it would probably solve the problem, but the way the road is there, going through those dips and everything, and the way you turn in there, I mean, how's he gonna catch
There's
it?
not dips in there where between
Not
where
where
we're
that's
talking
at.
about.
There's just a hump there, but
I mean, how would he radar it?
it'll be hard. It'll be hard. And if they see a policeman there, they're
They're not
going to.
going
That's what I'm saying.
You ain't got a handheld, have you? Where you hide behind a tree?
I got a tree stand.
We can't get too far from the vehicle.
We'll just scope them out.
Well, is there any liability of putting in speed bumps, Kathy, to the town if they put speed bumps in there?
Is it our responsibility or is it Townsend's responsibility?
It's in the city street.
The city street, we've been through that on the crosswalks for the school, city street. So it falls on the city.
Well, we're fixing to pave down that way. That road's on that list.
Yeah, they can throw
Is
a
that
couple,
road on the list?
they can throw a couple of speed humps
Yeah,
in
it's a
there.
great time to do it.
Yeah,
You'll have some people that be in favor of it and some people that will complain about it.
well, they just have to, I mean, those kids,
Well,
Their
the
lives
reason I
need more
asked if
than
it was
complaining.
the city's responsibility or the town's is, me and Wade were going through and we looked at all those roads that was on the list the other day. And Wade said that, years ago, when, of course, when he was on the city, that the housing authority wanted speed bumps then, years ago. And they couldn't determine whose responsibility it was to put them back then. Was it the city's or was it the housing authorities? 'Cause the housing,
road, it'd be there.
well, the housing authority said they would do it, and then
They did.
they wanted the city to do it, and the city, you said the housing authority had to do it or something, and that's why they never got done or something, but,
Well, if we can do it now, while they're gonna pave that road, it won't be no more added cost. Shouldn't be.
yeah, that, road is
How
on.
how if you put a couple in where it should be, added cost.
Shouldn't matter about the cost to save a life of a kid.
No.
I mean,
And when you
if
start
it
cutting
costs us a
somebody's
little
car
more,
up.
it doesn't matter. We just need to do it,
So,
get it stopped. That's
We-
what it takes.
do we need to vote on putting speed breakers in there?
yes.
Let's do it.
I
I
make a
like putting
motion.
off something when it's for safety, especially for
I make a
Little
motion that we
kid.
put 2 speed strips through there, wherever, speed humps, wherever you call them. At least 2.
I'll second the motion.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions about it?
I think we still need to try to radar that though.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Any roll call on that?
And you'll have to have the people that's doing the paving, they'll have to know.
Yeah, well, we'll just get with Dave on that.
Yeah,
They'll burn it.
You'll have to let
Place-
them know to do it.
They'll place them out.
Is that Roach Avenue?
Yep,
The road challenge,
Roach Lane,
Roach Lane.
Roach Lane?
whatever.
Well, here's another thing. I know,
Cause you have to make sure it doesn't mess up drainage and, you know, the water and all
Well, it
that.
don't have to go all the way to
And we
the
won't-
curb to curb. The breaker don't have to go curb to curb.
we won't have to babysit that thing either, in my terms. It'll slow them down,
Right.
They may not like it. but it'll slow them down.
Well, maybe the motion should be to address it, you know, research it, find out what, you know, it may not be 2, it may be 3. You know what I'm saying?
Don't put
Correct.
in that,
So at
box,
least-
just put speed.
That
The
we're gonna-
appropriate amount,
We're gonna deal with it.
Yeah,
We're
okay,
gonna, yeah, find out what's involved. Okay.
yes.
And this is on Roach Lane.
Or do I need to go back and read?
You can amend your motion.
So the motion is gonna be to address speeding with speed humps or whatever is deemed doable on Roach Lane. Okay. Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Vicky Heatherly.
Yes.
Eric. Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Dwayne Gibson,
Yes.
Lloyd Lawson,
Yes.
and Mayor Stanley. It's all four.
Okay, the last item on the agenda is Animal Control Board Member. Dwayne, that's yours. Bring it up.
Okay. I was approached by a member that was on the animal control board. And which was the Swinsky guy, Mike Swinsky. And he asked me basically asked me how come we didn't have no representation there. And he said, well, you know, we discussed it, and I told him, he asked me if I'd be interested in it, and I told him, I said, well, sure, you know. I said, because we do have animal control problems down here. And I think it would be beneficial to Caryville to have someone on that board there at the meetings.
The last person I know that was on that was Alan Smith.
I don't remember the last time we had, I thought we had a
Alan
representative.
Smith was the one. He was because the mayor approached him on that.
I mean, he wasn't out of the way about it. He was just saying, you know, we need some representation from the city of
I'll
Caryville.
let you. Go for it.
You know,
Animals are calling, right?
Hold on.
They're saying we wrote this.
I got it.
What is the proper name of that organization? Is it Campbell County?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Don't
Campbell
know.
County.
Animal
What
Control.
is that?
Campbell
Just,
County.
yeah, Campbell County Animal Control.
It is Campbell County.
And he just said it would have to go through the council to be,
I think that was just appointed maybe, mayor, was it?
Yeah, the mayor appointed Alan Smith on that.
Glenn, would you like that one?
The council can vote which overrides the
Since the mayor.
designation. If it's a vacancy, the council can.
I'll make a motion that we put Dwayne on the board.
I'll second. I didn't talk to you.
Everybody's smiling. Give me a phone number, I got a bunch of mine. Yeah, we got, any more questions or comments on that? Let's call roll on that.
We've got a motion and a second to appoint Dwayne Gibson to the board of the Campbell County Animal Control.
Yes.
Glenn Smith.
Yes.
Vicky Heatherly.
Yes.
Eric is not here. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Dwayne Gibson.
yes.
Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
And Mayor Stanley is not here. That's all four.
And if there's nothing else, vote for the council, I have to hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
Second.
And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.